Hello and welcome back to the channel. On today's video, I'll be showing you 11 defenders under £10 on Sorare. As always, do your own research on each player. These are my top 11 players that I believe are bargains under £10 in the limited category. If you're brand new to Sorare, make sure to use the link in the description. When you sign up using that link and buying 5 cards from the auction, you'll receive 1 limited card from Sorare. And if you're brand new to Sorare, please ask any questions in the comments. I'll get back to you, or DM me on Twitter. So the first defender on our list is Christian Burgess, the St. Gallen's defender in the Jupiler Pro League. And as you can see, he's roughly about £3 or £4, the cheapest one on our list today. I put myself in the corner just so you can see limited prices right here. But just look at these scores for such a cheap player. Look at those scores. Now, towards the end of last season, he did kind of drop off a little bit just because of Europe. We just changed that to the Pro League and changed that to all. What a beast he was. Gets into that form. No, absolutely incredible. Definitely one for the threshold. But for £3 or £4, he got a contract until 2025. He wore the captain's armband in a friendly game the other day with potential becoming captain. He plays in a back three. What more do you want for £3 or £4? Adobri Yo-Yo, I'm probably butchering that name, the Fulham defender, is the next player on our list. You can pick him up for roughly about £4. Now, he does play for Fulham in the Premier League. He's been heavily linked with Tottenham this season. Now, his scores are okay. These are a lot in the Championship. But, if he gets a move away to Tottenham in that defence, he's definitely one for, push on to that top 4, top 6 team, get more of the possession. He's an absolute beast. I think he's 6'5". So definitely wins a lot of aerial duels too. So definitely want to look out for his potential to move into another club. But again, just for £3, £4, Premier League defender, definitely want to pick up for the European season. Nathan Collins has just made his move to Brentford for £25 million, and he's next on our list. He's moved from Wolves, where he didn't have much game time. Now, as a Stoke fan, I know Nick Collins very, very well. I've seen him play a lot of times, and he's a very, very good defender. You can pick him up for roughly about £5, £6 at a push and a limited card. He didn't play for Wolves much last season. He's joining Brentford for £25 million, so I think he'll be a starter in that team. Now, Brentford do play between a back 2 and a 3 a lot last season. So he's inspired to be someone like Ethan Pinnock. So Ethan Pinnock scored last season. He's an absolute monster on Sorare. So he's got room to grow in terms of price and in terms of scoring. And at just 22 years old, he's still got the under 23 eligibility as well. So definitely one of my top prospects on Sorare for the Premier League next season. Spanish defender Gaia, who plays for Valencia, is the next player on our list. Roughly about £7 on limited card on Sorare. And as you can see from his scoring, he can peak. So really good for those that are looking for defenders that want to get those peak scores. Over 60s. He gets forward on that left-hand side. Picks up plenty of assists as well for Valencia. Doesn't say on here, but he has got a contract until 2027 with Valencia. He's a really good player. Really, valued first-team member in that team. So definitely one to add to your list for the European season. Another left-back in Kevin Rodriguez. Plays for Durmaspor in the Turkish League. At 29 years old, contract until 2025. And again, this is another defender that can peak. He can get the low scores as well and just hit the 35s and the 40s. But when he does get a goal or an assist or a really good game, he has those high AA games at the same time, as you can see from his scoring here. So if you look at his all-time scores, he did move to Turkey around this time. So if we just change that to the Turkey League, as you can see, he's an absolutely beast in SO5 terms. A limited price at the moment. Probably about £7 looking at for the defender. So again, another one to definitely add to your shortlist. Guglielmi, now I'm probably pronouncing that name completely wrong, so apologies in advance. But this defender has been included on the list. He is the oldest player in this defender list at 33 years old in the Turkish League. And he's got 1 year left on his contract, so just be very wary about that one. He's Brazilian. He's another left back looking at. But look at his scores for just £7. But as I mentioned before, he's got 1 year left at 33 years old. Just be a little bit wary on this one. Do your own research like all the other defenders. He is a set play taker, takes corner kicks as well. But again, for £7 for one season, it might be an absolute gem for your team. Luvian player, Casper Dinor, is the next defender on our list. Just beware on this one. He does have midfielder cards too. He has a lot of defender cards, but only 7 midfielder cards. The reason for this, he does play a bit forward in real life in terms of the CDM, sort of CM sort of positions. But look at those scores on Sorare, especially towards the end of last season. Those AA scores are absolutely unbelievable. He is one of the high-end players in this one. £8-9. Probably can push and get an £8 deal for him on his limited card. Only 26 years old as well, so definitely one to add to your watch list. Former Everton player Connor Cody. He has now joined Leicester in the Championship, so have a lot of utility next season in the 46-game season. He has joined Enzo Moesta, who's the former Man City coach, so definitely wants to help from the back and get some good scores. So he's 30 years old, just joined Leicester in the Championship, as I mentioned just a moment ago. And look at his previous scores in the Premier League. He's not too bad. Maybe wants someone going for the threshold, for example. You can probably pick him up for about £9, maybe £8 a push on a potential deal as well. But again, just one to look out for in that Leicester team for next season. Tottenham defender Christian Romero at £9 is definitely a steal. At 25 years old in the starting 11 in Tottenham. Now, just a quick side note on Christian Romero. He has been linked back to Italy. Like I said, Juventus, etc. are interested in signing him. Now, if he does go back to Italy or stays at Tottenham in obviously Angie's team, it doesn't matter either way, in my opinion. Look at those scores when he was at Atlanta, I believe it was. It's an absolute beast in terms of SO5 scoring and also done pretty well in the Premier League too, if we just change those to starting appearances. An absolute monster at just £9 at the most in a limited card. He's definitely one of my top picks on this list. Leicester defender, Wout Faes. I'm probably getting that name completely wrong. However, he's just been relegated with Leicester into the Championship. Now, just a quick side note here. I've done a lot of research into this guy. I've got one quote saying he wants to leave because obviously the Euros next season with Belgium. But I've seen another quote where the Belgian manager said, it's absolutely fine in the Championship. You'll still be selected, obviously, on performances next season. So it might be one to keep an eye on terms of transfers over the summer before you make a decision with this player. But as you can see, £8 for a defender card. If he does stay in the Championship, it would be an absolute beast in that Leicester side. In terms of Premier League scoring, he wasn't so bad too. But again, just one to watch out for over the summer because of a transfer. Last but not least is Brandon McKellar, who plays for Club Bruges in the Jupiler Pro League. He's probably the most expensive player on this list. You can probably pick him up for £8-9 about what it says at the top there. As you can see, you can definitely get a deal for under £10. He's an absolute monster. Now, I might be a bit biased because I do own his Super Rare. But if we just change this to when he does start for Club Bruges in the Jupiler Pro League, as you can see, he's an absolute monster on Sorare. But again, just do your own research on this player and all the defenders I've shown you on today's video. Hope you enjoyed the video. As I mentioned at the start, do your own research on each player. And don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and follow me on Twitch. I stream mainly Monday nights and Thursday nights doing lineup builders, where you can win free giveaways too. Don't forget to like the video, it's much appreciated, and subscribe to the channel. If you don't want to miss this week, I've got a midfielder category for players under £10 and a forwards category for players under £10 on Sorare too.